Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting tutorial. And today we'll be looking at the parts of a sewing machine, of course, the general sewing machine, the very most popular one. Hey guys, so welcome back to another exciting edition. Today we'll be looking at the parts of a sewing machine. Now, oftentimes you would see pattern drafting tutorials, you see DIYs and all, but then what are the parts of a sewing machine? So this is my butterfly sewing machine, and I've been using this machine for the past 6 years. This sewing machine has a lot of properties and it's been great making use of it. And as you can see here, the stitch regulator thumb screw can be moved upwards and downwards, which allows you to back stitch as you sew on the fabric. And the numbers therein helps to also tighten the stitch or make it normal. This is the arm of the sewing machine. You would have to lift it up from this very part where I'm holding onto. And we have the slide plate. The slide plate allows you to fix in your bobbin and your bobbin casing. So I'll be showing you that in a short while. Here you have the needle area. On this needle area constitutes of 5 parts: the needle, the presser foot, the needle clamp thumb screw, presser foot thumb screw, and the slide plate. And as I said earlier, this is my bobbin and my bobbin case. Now the bobbin cannot do without the casing. You would have to take this very bobbin, which is what I'm showing you now, and the case, you have to fix the bobbin into the case, holding it onto this particular pin part. You will then fix it into the space by moving the slide plate and fixing it in there. So I just felt like showing a more closer view of what we were looking at, the needle and the needle clamp screw and so on and so forth as earlier shown. So this is what it looks like: the presser foot, the screw, the presser foot screw. These other parts include the face plate, the tension disc, and the thread guide. The thread guide always move up and downwards as you move the wheel, the balance wheel, which I'm going to show you in a short while as well. So we're back again to the bobbin area, the place where you have to fix in your bobbin casing. Now the slide plate, as you see here, is not a stiff part, it's movable. So this is how you have to fix it. You would need to take your hands underneath the sewing machine tabletop. Take your hands upwards and then place the bobbin casing. Of course, you know that the bobbin should be in the casing, and this is how it looks when you fix it in. And always ensure that your thread is outside of the bobbin casing. So I'm just showing a closer look. Again, I hope you can see this, because if you don't get this right, your thread will not be able to come out from the front part. So we're here on this other parts, and this is the bobbin winder, where you get to fix in your thread into the bobbin. And this is the spoon pin, where you get to place your thread or the bobbin as well if you needed to thread. So I'm placing my thread here. Some other machines have their spoon pin both downwards and upwards on top of the arm of the machine. So that part where I'm holding is the balance wheel. It's called the balance wheel, and you can see that as you move the balance wheel, the thread guide begins to go up and down. So here again we have the presser bar lifter. Until you lift this particular lever upwards, the presser foot would not go up. So if for instance, the presser foot is down and you want to sew, you won't be able to fix in your fabric. You would have to lift the presser bar lifter, as you can see here, before the presser foot goes upwards. I hope that's understood. If you have your sewing machine there, you could also take this practical as well. And make sure you hit the subscribe button and also like, share, and comment on this video. If there's any parts you feel like you don't really understand, you could always comment and I would always be there to respond to your comments. So this is how you remove the presser foot. As you can see, remember we spoke about the presser foot screw, and until you loosen the screw, you won't be able to remove the presser foot. So this is the presser foot. This is how it looks. So when you bring it out of that particular needle area, you won't be able to do any other thing on it. You won't be able to sew any fabric or whatsoever. So this is another type of presser foot, which I call the zipper presser foot. I really love this part of the sewing machine. I had to buy it separately though. It didn't come together with the machine. It helps me a lot whenever I want to fix invisible zips. It's so cool when you're using it. Now the industrial machine also has this particular zipper presser foot. You would have to also buy it separately. So here I'm just showing how to thread the machine. I hope you're following me gradually. This is how to thread the machine. Of course, you need the thread for this. So fixing your thread on the spoon pin, you have to stretch the thread, pass it through the arm of the sewing machine, take it round. Of course, not too round. Let's say once or twice, I guess. Just follow the guide. When you pass the thread, you take it back this way, fix it into the thread guide. Yes, fix it into the thread guide, as you can see there. Of course, that part is not the thread guide actually. That, of course, is the tension disc. You have to pass the thread into the tension disc area. And as you can see, I purposely made sure that the thread did not fit into the thread guide. You can use your scissors to cut the excess thread if you find it difficult to pass it through the thread guide. And afterwards, you pass it through this other part. Of course, some other machines may not even have this. When you're done doing that, you would use your scissors and cut through the tip of the thread, because right now, passing the thread through the eye of the needle, it's a lot difficult. You need to make sure the thread has a pointed edge by using your scissors to cut the tip, so that you won't find it difficult to pass the thread through the eye of the needle. I hope you can see this, because until you do this, you won't be able to sew your fabric. You won't be able to create any stitch whatsoever. And don't forget, remember that your bobbin has a threading already and it's inside. So this is how you get to pull out that thread from the bobbin. And that's all it takes to thread your sewing machine. And I really hope this tutorial was helpful. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more interesting tutorials on craft, DIYs, and other knowledgeable information. I forgot to say that particular part is also the pedaling wheel. The pedaling wheel enables you as you spin the bar wheel. You remember the bar wheel? This is the bar wheel. And this part, I wanted to show also how you could thread your bobbin. I should have fixed in the video earlier. So this is how you do it. You take your thread and spin it through the bobbin, and then make sure that the thread is facing you. So you could use any kind of pin, and just watch the way I'm doing it. Now don't forget, you're matching the sewing machine. That's, you're pedaling the sewing machine in order for the bar wheel to move. As you move the bar wheel, you pedal the machine. And then of course you have to do this simultaneously. Like, how do I put it? You have to do this immediately. You can't do it separately. It has to be done at once. So I'm done threading the bobbin, and this is the casing. When you fix the bobbin into the casing, you move it this way. There's the part where the thread goes through. So I hope you got this correctly. So this is the tabletop of the sewing machine, the pedal foot, and also the wheel. Now the balance wheel has a relationship with the pedal foot. The balance wheel will have to move before the pedal foot begins to move. If you're in front of your sewing machine right now, you would see that. You could experiment on it. If you try to move the pedal foot, it might be difficult for you. And here I also have my motor wheel. It's in form of a wire shape, but it's made with rubber. You'd have to fix it. Maybe I would do another tutorial on how to fix an electric motor to your manual sewing machine. So, but for now, I'm only giving you a guideline for the manual process without the electrical process. So this is what I'm trying to say. You have to move the balance wheel, and then your presser foot goes in place as well. And if you see what's going on, you could see that everything seems to be moving. While you move your balance wheel, the pedal foot also moves. And when this happens, that's when you place your feet on the pedal foot, and you can now move the pedal foot without touching the balance wheel, as you can see here. And that also makes the presser foot to move speedily according to the force you exert on the pedal foot. I hope you understood this. The balance wheel, don't forget, the balance wheel cannot move if you don't use your hands to move it. Else, if you're moving the pedal foot without touching the balance wheel, you may be going backwards instead of moving your stitches forward. I want to believe that's understood. So as I'm showing it to you now, I wanted to do a closer view as well, so you can see my hands on the balance wheel, which also enables the pedal foot to move, so that my feet can pedal the sewing machine. So that's that. And one other thing you need to take note in sewing is when you're sewing and your needle gets stuck, please do not exert more pressure on the sewing machine. Hold on, check under the tabletop of the machine, bring out the bobbin. It could be that the bobbin has been stuck, the bobbin casing has been stuck, so you would need to pull it out as I showed earlier in the video. So I hope this video is really helpful. I was so glad making this video, though it's quite lengthy, but I hope you'll be so patient enough to watch this, especially if you're a newbie in sewing or you just got your first butterfly sewing machine. I was really glad doing this video and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.